So the character on the previous cover page was Bellamy. I did talk about this in my previous video, but I did not expect that he will retire as a pirate. Well, I think he will stay retired only for a period of time. The last 2 times he did try to be a pirate, it did not end well. In both cases, Luffy was the one who ended his career. But maybe Bellamy has learned the lesson now. And the lesson is, do not fight against Luffy. There is a saying that says, if you cannot beat them, join them. So it would be smart of him to join Luffy's Grand Fleet. Anyway, in this chapter Oda did introduce the town of Bakura and how things worked there. Which it was not a surprise, I did expect things to be like that. Okiku, Luffy and Zoro did enter the town, but they are having problems to find Tama. I guess observation haki has a limited range, or their observation haki it is not that good. Among Luffy, Zoro and Sanji, Sanji has the best observation haki, Luffy has the best King's haki, and Zoro has the best armament haki. Anyway, Luffy being Luffy, he started calling Tama, but Okiku did stop him. I really wish he did not do that, because this chapter would have been a completely different chapter. Those 2 people in front of them start paying attention to them, but Luffy did use King's haki to knock them out. So I guess Luffy has learned the lesson and he wants to be discreet too. He could have beaten those 2 and get information out of them, but that would draw the attention of the crowd. Since Luffy did knock out 50,000 pirates in Fishman Island at once, if he would try to do the same, things would be a lot easier for them. I don't think that Bakura town has more than 50,000 people in it. But if he would have done that, then this mini arc would be very short. Anyway, while they are standing there and thinking what to do, something comes flying towards them. It is a sumo wrestler. I was surprised how easy Luffy did catch him with just one hand without any effort, like it was nothing. This guy was thrown by Urashima, who is holding a tournament. Anyone who can defeat him will get a reward of 500 pieces of gold. I wonder if Urashima is a Devil Fruit user as well. As of right now, there is no indication of that. But usually the Kaido pirates who are Devil Fruit users have tattoos on their bodies, and Urashima has tattoos as well. He's not using his power because these are wrestling matches, but if he will fight, then he will use his Devil Fruit power if he has a Devil Fruit power. At the beginning of the chapter, Oda made Urashima look like somewhat of a good guy. He loves Okiku even though she's from the town of the leftovers. And he is asking Okiku nicely to be his wife and he is trying to impress her. And I thought maybe Oda has plans for him, and he will help the alliance against Kaido. But then at the end, we saw him saying that he wants to eat the pet of that family. That is where he lost me. He is hopeless. Good thing that Chopper was not there. And then we see Tama. She was taken to Hold'em. I was surprised to see that Hold'em is not a real Devil Fruit user. And then I started thinking, why did I think that in the first place? I did check the previous chapter, and there Oda has not shown us Hold'em but the lion that is on his body. This is weird. I don't know why Oda thinks that it is a good idea to trick us like that. But anyway, seeing the headliner Hold'em as a character, I have only one thing to say. Where is the editor when you need him? Oda said that the war in Wano will be better than the war in Marineford. And I will take his word. But in order to have an epic war, you need to have legendary characters. And the Marineford arc was full of them. And what I'm seeing so far in Wano is Circus. And I don't think this Circus will be better than Marineford. When Ryuma, who is from Wano, saw Zoro with 3 swords, he did laugh and said to Zoro, "Do you work in a circus?" I really wish Ryuma will be brought back to life just to see who is ruling the country now. After seeing what is going on, he will probably have a heart attack and die again. Anyway, while Luffy, Zoro and Okiku are riding the lion dog, they stumble upon Urashima, and he thinks that Okiku has come to see him, and says to his man to bring her to him, and then for some reason Okiku hides behind Zoro, and Zoro says, "There is no point of hiding behind me," and I thought he's saying this due to her being taller than him, but to my surprise he was saying this because he's not planning to protect her, which is really weird. What's going on here? Luffy was surprised as well, and he did ask Zoro, "Why did you let them take her?" And Zoro says, "Cutting down naked man is a bit..." Zoro did not finish the sentence, but anyway you look at that, it is weird. I think Oda wanted for Okiku to get captured so she can do that to Urashima, but that was just lazy writing, and it did make Zoro look bad. Or maybe this is Zoro's weakness. Anyone who is naked can defeat Zoro. Oda could have avoided all of this if she did not hide behind Zoro and ask him for help, because she's a samurai, she said this herself. And Zoro not helping her would be because he respects her as a samurai, and trying to help her would mean that he is looking down on her. Anyway, that panel where Okiku cuts his top knot was epic for many reasons. One of them is that I want Okiku to do that to everyone who is not from Wano. They all look ridiculous with top knots. But my favorite panel in this chapter was the last panel, where Zoro said, "It is too early to be calling the boss out." Here's why. The last panel of some of the chapters that make us think that in the next chapter something epic will happen. Like that panel when Zoro and Luffy were getting ready to fight Hawkins and his men, but then in the next chapter they did run away. And on the last panel of the previous chapter, Luffy and Zoro were smiling before entering the Bakura town. It seems like they are sensing strong people and they are eager to fight them. But again, nothing of that sort did happen. This chapter was not a bad chapter, but because of that last panel of the previous chapter, our expectations were high. But now that Oda is not tricking us to expect something that will not happen, we can enjoy more the next chapters. Based on that last panel, the next few chapters will be setup or build up. And this is good, because you cannot have an epic arc without setup or build up. Anyway, what did you guys think about this chapter? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, like and share if you like this video, subscribe for more One Piece videos, and see you in the next video.